Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I decided to post an actual nail video this time. And I have been away for a few days because I've been recording a couple of other things that are really awesome, so stay tuned for that. I'm super excited about a couple of things, and of course I did another fire set. This set was for a nail sister. Her name is Kristen Sneed. She is on Instagram and YouTube. And so I will leave her information down below as well. But it was her birthday back in March. I recorded this like on March, probably a month ago, around March 5th or 6th. And I'm just now getting around to all of these older videos, but I do have some more nail hauls and things like that coming up as well. But in the meantime, let me explain what I am doing. So as you can see, I still have my comic book nails on while I was doing this set. And so it inspired me, or it was part of my inspiration for this set as well. And I started off actually with 2 coats of a color from Born Pretty. It is a nude color called Miss Cocoa, and it is transparent, of course, but I just wanted a little color in the background, nothing too crazy, and I didn't want it, a solid color, so I just wanted the cuticle area to be transparent, so that is the color that I went with. And then also, so for the ombre, I am using 2 colors from Melody Susie. I had hauled that set in a different haul video prior to recording this, and I figured this is perfect because I asked Kristen what she wanted for her set, and she said black, purple, and blue. So I was able to freestyle as well, so I also appreciate her for that. I was just able to kind of do whatever I wanted on this set, and this is what I came up with. So I'm starting with the gel ombre process. And for some reason, this nail decided to make a fool out of me while I was recording. I did an entire hand, like completely perfect and normal, and everything was going real well. And then I went to record this particular nail for the video, and it just wasn't working with me or for me, and I was so irritated. But you can see here, I was trying to do the initial ombre, and I just had to do the smile line because I was like, it irritated me so much, and I knew I was going to do 3 coats of the ombre. So you'll see how I do that here in a moment as well. The brush that I'm using is also from Born Pretty, and you could tell that this thing is pretty beat up. Like, it's to the point where the small liner that was on the other end of this brush actually fell off. It's completely gone, but this is my favorite cleanup / liner / gel application brush. So after I cured it, sorry, I still hadn't cured it yet. I was just trying to add more blue so that way when I do the second layer, it transitions a little better for the ombre, and I still was struggling with this. I'm using very light pressure, and you want to make sure that your brush is saturated, but you don't want it to have so much alcohol that's just going to wipe all of your gel polish off the nail. So it is good to find a good balance between how wet your brush is and ombre, but I find that having a brush that is slightly more wet than normal makes the process, at least for me, a lot easier. So I did eventually get that first layer cured, and here I'm going in with the second layer. Earlier I showed you that I did get blue on the purple brush, and so I just kind of wiped that off on my lint-free wipe. And I went through this entire set, or the entire first hand, without getting any, I always call it marbling, it's not marbling, but any wrinkling on any of the nails. And then for some reason, this particular nail decided that it wanted to wrinkle on the purple. So I don't know what was going on with this, but I was like, I'm just going to roll with it. So I did fix it, and by fixing it, I just scrape off the part that is wrinkled, and then I wipe it down with an alcohol wipe, buff out the part that's wrinkled as well, so it doesn't have like a harsh line when I go in with the next layer. And then I go ahead and wipe it off with the alcohol wipe again to get all the dust off, and then continue on with the set. So I did get the wrinkling fixed by the time I got to this point. Now you'll also see that I have a plate in the background. I put the half blue and the half purple, and I kind of mix them together before I go in on the second coat. And that way it makes it easier if you need to grab a little more purple or grab a little more blue or whatever colors that you're using to do this type of ombre. I did not want to do like the half and half, like where you do the full nail and then you do the other half like on top of that and clean it up, like to where, I don't know, whatever the ombre trend was. I have done a set like that for a friend. She wanted pink and red and it turned out super cute. And I actually really love that set, but for this one, I just wanted to do the French ombre. So I thought these were just super cute. And you will see that today's video is a little bit longer than normal. And the reason why is because I actually show you how I pack these orders and put my press-ons in the package. That's how I used to do it, but I want to do things a little differently going forward. And I want to get it right the second time around before I create a website and things like that and make it super official. So whenever I am able to do that or get the materials that I want or need to officially kickstart a business or start up a business again, for some reason I feel like nails are like my thing. Maybe I'll talk about that in a minute, but for now, this is the third layer. And for this layer, I actually don't apply any gel polish from the bottle on the nail. This third layer is just to strictly blend the ombre as well as possible. So I do a very thin layer for the third layer, so that way there aren't, again, any harsh lines or anything as you blend it out from the middle. But it just kind of gives it that seamless blend. And I felt like at this point, after doing the entire first hand, that I pretty much had this system down, and I did this on all of the nails, and this third layer definitely made it pop a little bit more and made it a little more seamless. And you can kind of see how I'm moving my brush from left to right to blend it. If I have too much purple on the blue, then I'll add a little more blue, and vice versa. Too much blue on the purple, I'll add a little more purple. But kind of getting back to what I was talking about, where I feel like nails are going to make me, like, literally, I feel like doing nails in some way, shape, or form is going to catapult me into whatever riches I want for myself and whatever goals that I have set for myself. So eventually I will relaunch my press-on business. Eventually I do want to get licensed as a nail technician. Like, I literally just want it all at this point. And when I get to a point where I'm very driven or motivated, I do exactly what I want. And I get exactly what I want, and I will do whatever it takes to get there. So once I reach that point, it's on. Like, nails are going to be what makes me, because this isn't really a hobby of mine. It's actually a passion. Like, mixing my love for art in with nails is definitely my thing. I know I'm creative. I know I'm talented. I know I could artistically express myself in so many ways. But I don't know what it is. I just really, really love doing nails. So I appreciate you all being on my journey with me and watching my videos. Absolutely, for sure, 100%. Listening to all my mumbo jumbo and all I have to say and stuttering over my words and all of that good stuff in all of my videos. But yeah, so I really like to get into it. Like, this nail looks really big right now because I'm all the way zoomed in, right? It's like in your face. But, I like that because sometimes it's really hard to tell what some people are doing if they're not zoomed in far enough or whatever the case may be. But I like everybody to be able to see every little detail and every little thing that I'm doing. Like right here, I'm outlining it in black, and I am using my Beetles gel liner. You guys, I highly, highly, highly recommend Beetles gel liners. Like, they're the perfect consistency. They're not runny. They don't run off the brush or drip off the brush when you're trying to use them. They're not so thick to the point where it's hard to work with them, things like that. These are just like the perfect amount of viscosity, and they're highly pigmented. So I'll never switch up. Like, I do have gel liners from other brands, but by far, Beetles has been my favorite experience using liners, so definitely do it. The other thing that I wanted to do outside of this to show you guys was also the rhinestone application. So I got these rhinestones off of Amazon, and the only thing that I don't like about these is that they have, like, the big stones don't match the smaller stones. Like, the colors are different. They look similar in the video, but you can tell that the big stones are lighter than the actual rhinestones. You can definitely see it here with the purple. So that kind of irritated me because I wanted them to match, right? Like, even though they still go together, the colors just don't exactly match. So still beautiful, still blingy, still very pretty, but it just, I don't know why that bothers me so much. I guess it just wasn't what I was expecting, right? So my expectations let me down on that bling, but they are still very beautiful. So I went ahead and used them. I wasn't using the big bling, but I am going to use the smaller stones. So in this case, since I want to do a straight line, I'm not going to take my rhinestone glue and apply it directly to the nail. And the reason why is because with the McCart rhinestone glue, even though it has like that precision tip on it, it's still a little bit wide, and I always end up putting too much glue on the nail, and then it looks really weird. Or you have to wipe some away around the rhinestones after you have them where you want to place them and that sort of thing. And so I just take a dotting tool and I just put a little line, so that way when I push the bling onto the line of rhinestone gel, it squishes out around the bling, but it's not so prominent, or it's not so obvious, like when you top coat around them and things like that, that you could see all of that rhinestone glue squished out, right? So I did go ahead and grab a third rhinestone color. Since she wanted black, I had these really pretty like gunmetal gray dark rhinestones. And so I did go ahead and grab those, and they are really, like I mentioned, really, really pretty. I actually got them in a nail lab box from McCart a really long time ago. I have stopped my subscription to that, but that's for personal reasons, and I don't really have anything nice to say about it, so I don't say anything at all. But yeah, the three colors that I chose, because those are the three colors. And then I wanted to do something a little different as well. I didn't want to do like your typical rhinestone placement from the cuticle and go down, because I always do that. And so I thought it would be cute to go up from the French instead of go down from the cuticle with the bling. Absolutely love these, and you can see how pretty and cute that turned out. So I cured that for 60 seconds, and then you're going to see me go in with my, oh yeah, I forgot. I did do some extra nails, and I just did a full vertical ombre on that as well instead of the French, just because they were extras. So just in case the other ones didn't fit, even though she did give me her sizes, I still make extras, and I make a couple other in different sizes. And then that way she could kind of change up the design as well if she wanted to. But the ones that you see with all Frenches are the sizes that she gave me. They were she gave me Kiara Sky sizes, which I've never used their full cover tips before. So not quite sure how they compare to BTArtbox. Like, BTArtbox are my favorite full cover tips all day, every day. I'll always choose those before anything else as well. So in case you're wondering, but out of all the brands that I've used, it's just the one that I keep going back to. They're always available. They have, 12 different sizes, and a lot of their press-on boxes and different things like that. So come with a lot of options. So yeah, really, really enjoy that. The BTArtbox full cover tips. And now they make them like with the matte finish underneath, like where they're already etched, the pre-etched full cover tips. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So when I'm out of these, maybe. But this is what everything is looking like after it's top coated. And these just turned out so pretty. She does have an unboxing on her channel as well, but I'm about to show you everything that comes with these. And here I am just kind of comparing it to my own nail and making sure like everything just looks nice and it's straight. And yeah, so I do wipe my press-ons with alcohol, and so my hands are like clean. I wash my hands and things like that. And I didn't actually put the press-ons on, so don't come for me. But I also wanted to show you this new sticky glue that I got, the double-sided tape. It is actually in 6mm measurement, and it's really thin. But I actually like that because I have this really big, thick one right now, and it just takes up so much of the roll, and it's not a very big roll. So every time you put it down, it works for like the really long press-ons where I can only add one, like one thing at a time to them, or one row of press-ons at a time because they're so long, to be able to fit in my packaging. So, but yeah, you see, I struggle to get this apart. And then after I get it apart, like a weirdo, for some reason, I set it down knowing that both sides of the tape are tacky. And it was really hard to get apart at first. But I finally made it. So then I also peel off this other. I really like that they put this tape in between each of the rolls because then that made it a little bit easier to get apart. But like right now, I wasn't prepared and I set down my tape to try to get it started, and look what happened. Like, like that's how sticky this stuff is from the side, like just from the side. And thankfully I hadn't used my nail file yet either, because I use the nail file to, after I apply my top coat, is usually when I shape my press-ons for some reason. I just find it easier to do. They're more sturdy, and just get that little tab off the end from production that you might see in production, on the end of each of the press-ons. So, and just to make that shape like really crispy after you've applied all of your product as well. So I did go ahead and I did put these on two separate things. So I only put one row of the sticky tape down the center and then peeled off the little, the backing. And I also show you how I put the press-ons on the paper, like on this little cardboard. I actually just got this stuff from Family Dollar, and then I took a paper cutter and cut it into the size of the little boxes that I use that you'll see here coming up. And but now they make, like on Amazon and stuff, they make the press-on boxes, and they actually come with the little inserts that go with the box. So I definitely need to step up my game when it comes to press-ons and selling them. They just have so many more options, and a lot of really cool stuff, now that press-ons have really taken off, or customized press-ons, I should say. Yeah, you can go and get your little, $1 press-ons from Kmart, or Kmart. Is Kmart even around anymore? I don't even think they have Kmarts. From Walmart or the dollar store or something like that, but they're not customized like this. They don't always look like this off the shelf, or you're spending $4 or $5 for something that, I saw a press-on set in the store in Family Dollar one time, and all of the rhinestones were all crooked and falling off, and they had to like discount them because they just looked not good. So yeah, or sometimes like I see ones from Shein and AliExpress, and they have like a printed pattern on them, and half of the pattern is like missing, and all kinds of stuff. But you can guarantee with my press-ons that you're going to get what you ask for. So for sure, because if you don't, then that means I didn't do it right. And if I don't do it right and it doesn't look good to me, I'm not going to send it to someone else to wear or do, or anything else. Like, I'll never send something out of my house looking like it fell on the floor, or someone ran over it with their chair or something. Like, no, you'll never get that quality from me. So here's just me trying it on again and seeing how they look. You can see how shiny they are. I do go over all my rhinestones as well. So after I place them on the paper, then I go ahead and take another alcohol wipe. Like, I could take another lint-free wipe with alcohol, and I wipe over the entire nail, or all of the nails. Like, of course, you don't want to get your lint-free wipe really wet or anything, but you do want to make sure like it's wet enough to be able to wipe off the tops of the nails, because I don't like my fingerprints all over them, right? That really ruins the aesthetic. So sorry if you hear my door opening and closing 24/7 right now. It's really annoying, but my little one keeps trying to come in here, and she's like in my bedroom while I'm trying to do this voiceover. Oh God, you guys, she's a pain. Anyway, I love her though. But yes, here's me just taking that lint-free wipe. Of course, you don't want it to be very damp or very wet, but you just want to make sure that there's enough to wipe them off, and so you don't ruin your paper. But here's what everything's looking like, and it's ready to go in the package. So I used to use these little holographic boxes. They're eyelash boxes, actually. And I thought these would be really cute when I first started my business, or when I attempted to first start a business, I should say. I have sold press-ons here and there, but it just wasn't really taking off like I expected it to. And I didn't always have the money, or I shouldn't say the money, I didn't always have the time to invest, right? Money is what it is. It comes and goes, but I just could not give it my all, or all of my time. I can't do a press-on set every single day, you know, things like that, because I have a full-time job and a family and all the stuff that comes along with that, like unreasonable amount of laundry and all of that with having 3 kids. So anyway, I do eventually 2 of these little cards, they do fit on top of each other in a box. So that is how I box them up when I have 2 cards, and everything just looks really pretty. So again, I just take the same lint-free wipe that I used to wipe the press-ons with. I just kind of clean that little front part and the cellophane on the box to make it a little more shiny. Again, remove any fingerprints or maybe any like cardboard pieces from the box when they cut it in the factory and things like that, and make it look really nice and clean it up. So yeah, here's what everything is looking boxed up, and it's so cute. I love it. I'm talking way more in this video today than I expected, so I'm sorry, but I like to talk. It is what it is. But I like to tell you guys what I'm doing, so you know I'm not just like randomly doing things. And some people don't talk in their videos at all, and I'm like, okay, why are you doing that? Or what are you doing right now? Anyway, so this is the little press-on kit that I prepare for all of my press-ons. I absolutely love these bags, and I'll definitely still be using these, yeah, when I jumpstart my business again, because I really love these little bags and this idea when it comes to the press-on kit. So for now, these are what I will be sticking with, but I also include a personalized card. I did try to fit these cards in the little bag, but they're a little bit too big to fit in the press-on kit bag. They're actually almost the exact same size, so you can see like there's just no way it's going to fit in here. And so I was just like, fine. The only reason why I included a personalized card is because I know her, and these were for her birthday, and I didn't want to like just throw everything in here and be like, here you go. I like to make people feel special on their birthday, because I feel like birthdays are your day and it's very important. The To or From cards here, or the To or From stickers. I don't really like those, but that's all they had on Amazon at the time. And I also forgot to add in the little buffer, but I do include the buffers in my kits as well. And I went ahead, and once I remembered that, I went ahead and did that. So here's my bag of press-ons for my extra long ones. And shout out to Barbie G again, one more time, for buying these press-ons from me. I did sell these press-ons, and I was so excited about it. Immediately after she saw my video of these press-ons, she was like, I want those. She did make a post on her Instagram as well, so I really, really, really appreciate it once again. Like, you guys have no idea how much your support means to me, because I literally, like, I just wouldn't be able to keep doing this without it, so I'm very grateful. But yeah, so I go ahead and get these boxed up as well, and you can see I got these little, like, ombre. I started off with these like small purple ones, but then I'm like, if people ordered like 2 or 3 sets of press-ons, there would be no way I could get them in the little envelopes. And so I ordered bigger envelopes, but purple is my thing. I love purple. It's my favorite color. So that's why everything is purple, purple, purple. But for the little bags as well, I do try to include like the little matching like mesh bag that goes with or matches the set that I did, whether it's green, blue, whatever the case may be. Then that's what color bag I use for the kit as well. And then that's it. I put it in and I mail it off. So thank you all for watching and for being the best part of my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.